أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن استنى بسنته إلى يوم الدين. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brothers and sisters. We are start by praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we send our salam and salawat on Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive our sins and shortcomings, and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept this little time and effort that all of us are trying to give to learn the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at good deeds from all of us, and bless us in this dunya and in the akhirah, inshallah ta'ala. So inshallah today we're going to talk about our new topic, inshallah ta'ala, after we have done a few weeks after Ramadan. But obviously, just like before, we'll have a quick review of what we did. We'll do a quick exercise. All of us will do it together, inshallah, and then we'll jump onto our new topic today. So let's begin without further ado. Have started the recording, so inshallah ta'ala, it will be all recorded. We have our intention to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have to have a patience and perseverance. That's the most important thing for any learnings. Okay, it's not only about the learning of the Arabic. For any kind of thing, you have to show your patience, that and your consistency, that you're taking part in learning, so that inshallah Allah will bless you. Allah want to see your efforts, and then Allah will make it easy for you, inshallah ta'ala. Okay. And obviously when you learn it such a way that you should be able to teach someone else. Okay. And that is the best way to remember the things that you have learned. So we have done a lot of things, in terms of words, a single word. We start with three types of word: ism, fail, and harf. Okay. And then we talked about each ism having four properties: status, number, gender, and type. And there are different ways to find these properties. Okay. We have some clues in our charts. We have some memorization for some of the things. We also have a lot of the things that we memorize to find out that these are the words that are feminine. These are the words that can give us clue that these are proper. So all these are in this one view, and I always tell you that try to print it out and have a look at it, so that you don't forget about this. Okay. And the memorization part, which is also very important. Okay. Because if you don't memorize anything, okay, any charts or anything at all, then you won't be able to do the exercise. Okay. You won't be going far ahead. So you have to memorize. Okay. You have to memorize. You have to give some time. It's just attending the sessions won't help you. You have to put some effort from your side as well. If you think that no, memorizing is getting difficult for me, you have to put some effort. And if you can memorize a surah without understanding, obviously with understanding you should be able to memorize a chart or a bunch of words, like maybe 10 words or 20 words or 30 words. It shouldn't be a problem, inshallah ta'ala, as long as you put sincere efforts on that. Okay. As long as you make some time out of it, it should be easy, inshallah ta'ala, just like for any other people, okay, who tried this. Then we started with pronoun. After the Ramadan, we started the pronoun. We talked about a lot of the pronoun, and we said how important the pronoun is. And pronouns are only 14 words with their attached version. And for the second and the first person, the attached versions are only one type. Like one pronoun has one attached version. Just in the third person, the attached pronoun could be two of them. It could be sometime who, sometime he, sometime huma, sometime hima. But still there are a lot of similarities there. So it's not even individually 14 words. Most of them are kind of repeating. Okay. So you need to memorize the attached version and the independent version, obviously, because pronouns will be very, very important in our future sessions, inshallah ta'ala. Okay. We talked about that, idafa, how we can find the idafa. Is the word is the first line, does the first word has no alif lam, and is the second one is in jar status. Last week we talked about the special mudaf. So we had a normal mudaf, which is a word that has no alif lam and a light. And if the next word is jar, then it's a mudaf, and the next word is a mudaf ilay. And what happens when mudaf and mudaf ilay comes here? We put a off in between them. We put a off in between them. Okay. Now there are some words, they're special mudaf. There are a bunch of words. I have given you the list. Okay. These are the list. So these words are special mudaf, and they have been used a lot in the Quran. Okay. And we said that any word that comes after these words, they will be in the jar status as a part of mudaf ilay. Okay, that is the normal generic rule. Usually, these words that we can see here, most of them are in kind of nasab status. Okay, nasab status, like fauka, tahta, all are finishing with a, kabla, ba'da, duna. Okay, amama, khalfa, qaddama, wara'a, lada'a. Okay, baina, hawla, inda. Okay, ma'a, milladun. It's a different one, milladun, especially from. Okay, other than this, all of them are in nasab status. Why? Because they are giving you the if you look at the meaning, they're giving you the details. Where are this thing? Okay, so it's a description of whereabouts. Okay, so above, under, before, after. It's a time and place. That's the simple way to say. If I say uh, fauka kum, above all of you. Okay, so where? Above all of you. So all these things are giving you a information about your time and place. So that's why they have another name. It's called zarf. Okay, it's called zarf. Okay, they are not harf, they are zarf. Okay, and zarf basically means a thing that give you information about time or a place. So okay, so before Isha, after Maghrib. Okay, way behind my house. Okay, in front of Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. Okay, between both of you. Okay, so all this kind of information are giving. Now these words, there's no other way unless you memorize them, and this will increase your vocabulary. As soon as you memorize this, 16 or 15 words here, okay, definitely when you find in the Quran, you can find the meaning. Okay, you can find the meaning because the next word that will come after it. Okay, even if don't know the meaning of the next word, at least if you know the meaning of this, you can say, okay, this is khalfa this one. Okay, and most of the time you will see the next word also common because the Quran, Allah made it easy for us. And when you learn, inshallah, this course, you will see there's a lot of repetition in the Quran. Allah used the same word because it is not a book by a human being. Okay, it's not a human being. It is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the speech of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah Himself said, وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ. I have made the Quran easy for you. So only this bunch of words that we are learning, some of the rules that we are learning, even after doing this basic course that we are trying to do, a lot will be easy for you. A lot will be easy for you. You should be able to translate. You're already doing translation, little fragments, okay? And very soon, inshallah ta'ala, you should be able to do that as long as you put some efforts, as long as you put some time for this. Okay. So these words, I hope that all of you have memorized, okay, because we gave it last week. Okay. If you haven't, keep a look because we'll do an exercise about this today. Okay, we'll do an exercise about this. So try to remember this, remember these words. And if you haven't done it, please, print it out, keep it on your iPad or computer, whatever you're using, and go through them. Okay. Also, we have done pronouns. Okay, so those are a bunch of words that we need to memorize. We also done so many words, in our previous exercise. Okay, so we need to memorize those. So these are special mudaf, and most of the time they are commonly nasab. As I said, they answers question for when and where. That's also we mentioned. Where is the books under the table? That's an example. Okay, they are light and always, if not most of the time. Okay, so most of the time they are light. Okay, you don't find them heavy most of the time. Okay, sometimes they're heavy. That's the exceptional case. We'll talk about it later. Okay, they can be in jar status. So we say they are usually nasab, but they can be in jar status, and sometimes they can be in rafa status also, but they are very special cases. Okay, and those special cases has different purpose. We're gonna talk about it end of today. Actually, maybe next week, inshallah, ta'ala, we'll talk about this one, the number 5 point, and we'll show you that some of the times they are rafa. Okay, some of the time they are rafa, but as I said, most of the time they are nasab. Sometimes they can be jar, and we're gonna talk about this jar status to the point number 4 today, inshallah, ta'ala. And some of the time they come as a rafa, and we'll talk about when the time comes, inshallah. Okay, so the list is here, and there's some example here. Tahta shajarati. Okay, ash-shajarati means tree, under the tree. Okay, shajarati means tree. Okay, and qabla al-jumuati, before the juma. Okay, qabla al-jumuati, and as you can see, ash-shajarati, al-jumuati is all jar status. Okay, all jar status. It has to be because this is mudaf. Tahta, qabla, they are mudaf. So mudaf ilay must be jar. Okay. And if you think like, why they are called special mudaf? Because first of all, they are a bunch of words, as soon as you see, you don't have to think whether they're al and they're heavy or not. Okay, so as soon as you see them, you know that they are mudaf. Okay, usually they are light. Usually they're light, no alif lam. Okay, so that's not a problem. And the next word will be jar, because they have to be mudaf ilay. Okay, Badal Jumuati, and after the Juma, you can also have in the Shajarati. In the has a lot of meaning. In the has with or at or by. Okay, but it doesn't matter. It's the same kind of meaning with the with and at by. Sometimes the depend on the context. Different translator may translate different way. It doesn't matter that much. Okay, but as long as in the means with, or by, that's also fine. Okay, as long as you know that. Okay, Indallahi, Allah has. Okay, sometimes inda also means has. Okay, inda also means has. And we'll talk about it a bit later. But as long as with Allah, that is also fine. If you say with Allah, that is also fine. Indallahi. Okay. um, and this one, the green one, we're going to not talk about today. Inshallah, we'll come back to this example later, because here there is actually the point 5 has been explained, but inshallah we'll come back to this one later, inshallah. Okay. Now there are another group of special mudaf which does not denote time and place. Okay, so they are not zarf. Okay, when they are heavy, they act as normal words, but when they are light, they become mudaf. So some of the or these 5 words basically, okay, they are also special mudaf. Okay, when they're special mudaf, when they're light. If they're heavy, then consider them as normal ism word. Normal ism word. Okay, and they may have other things before or after them. That's a different thing. Okay, but usually they don't give you the information of time and place. Okay, like for example, kullu means all, each, every. Okay, it could be any of these 3. Kullu. Okay, ghairu means other than or non. Okay, so if say here kullun is heavy. Okay, so heavy, kullu could be light also, no problem. If they're light, then you will find the mudafilay after that. Okay, if they're heavy, they may or may not be, they couldn't be a mudaf ilay. Why? Because if this is heavy, then our condition for first one, we say it has to be light, right? Mudaf has to be light and no alif lam. Okay, so if these are heavy, then they are not special mudaf at that time. Okay, they are just normal word with their own meaning. Like if I say kullun, and they're just all or each. Okay, okay. Ayu is the same thing. Which, okay, ba'dun is some of. Okay, mislu is like. Okay, and gairu is other than. So these 5 words, they could be special mudaf when they are light. If they are heavy, then they are not mudaf ilay. Sorry, mudaf. They are just normal word. Okay, I hope this is clear. Okay, so any question regarding? So this is what we did up to last week. Any questions regarding this that you went through, and you have any questions? Then we can jump onto our exercise, inshallah ta'ala. Anybody, any brothers, sisters, any questions? No, all good. Okay, so you understand everything, mashallah, very good. Okay, so now I'm going to show you some exercise. It's a Google for again, but I'll thought that we will do it together instead of you guys doing it, because this is not a tick box. So let's do it together. I'll ask each of you brothers, okay, and you can unmute yourself and jump in and answer that question, inshallah ta'ala. Okay, so let's look at the examples. Bear with me 1 second. Let me share this one. Okay. Can you all see the screen? I hope so, right? All good? Okay, perfect. So let's put my email. Okay. So let's ask the brothers. I can see your name, inshallah. Let's ask the brother who is far away from us first. Okay, so I think Brother Sarwar, right? Brother Sarwar, can you unmute yourself, please? And then, and tell me, what is the first one mean? Wara'ikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam, brother. Do you have time to memorize the special mudafs?
To be honest, no. To be honest, no.
Okay, okay, I will help you. Okay, so the other brothers can understand. So warai is one of the special mudaf. Okay, warai means far behind. So what is waraikum?
What status I should say?
Wara means far behind. Okay, and waraikum, where is kum come from?
No, I cannot say.
Okay, Brother Farah, do you want to try?
Yeah, kum is a pronoun.
Mm-hmm.
It's an attached pronoun.
Mm-hmm.
Kakumakum. Um, it is you plural.
Mm-hmm. So you all, right?
You all
So what should I say? Wara means far behind.
are behind. You all are behind. Far behind. You all are far behind.
No.
No.
Close, but not.
Um.
It's a special mudaf, right? And it's a mudaf ilay. Attached pronoun is a mudaf ilay, right? So if you
Off.
say, yeah, okay, that's fine. Let's say off. Far behind of all of you. Okay, so that's the translation. Far behind of all of you, but we don't need a off here to say. If you say far behind all of you, that's also fine. But you said initially you are all behind. No,
No,
that's a
that will be jumla, and there's a different thing.
yeah, it's a different thing. It's a sentence. We are not talking about sentence, okay?
Yeah.
So you just translate as wara. So whatever wara is means, and wara means far behind. And because it's a special mudaf and mudafile, you can say off, no problem. And kum, as you said, all of you. As simple as that. So far behind all of you, okay? And if someone says, okay, like this, far behind you all, that's also fine, no problem. Okay, far behind you all. So we have to understand because these are fragments, these are not sentence, so we don't put an r and everything in there in between. Okay, just translate as it is. So start from the right side and then just keep going. And yeah, sometimes you can put it off. It depends on how you translate it. Far behind you all also makes sense. Far behind of all of you, that's also makes sense. So no problem. Okay. And English, sometimes we don't say all. We are saying all because to show that it's plural. Because if we just say you, in English it means singular and plural and dual and everything. But because Arabic has difference, so it's better we put you all. Okay. If someone writes like this in the exam, far behind you, and then it's a plural, okay, I think I'll get the full mark plural. Okay, so just to indicate that this is plural. Okay, so this is waraikum, far behind all of you. Okay, thank you, Brother Farhad. Okay, Brother Hassan, you want to try this one? La dunna, ladun, ladun. If you haven't memorized yet, okay, so it means specially for specially from. That's what ladun means. If we go back, if we go over the chart, it's on the chart, the 15 words. So Brother Hassan, I think your name is in the next. So try this. So especially from, that's the meaning of ladun, but there's a extra na, ladunna. So what will be this?
Na means like attached.
Good.
Attached pronoun.
Yes.
It's like plural. It's a we plural actually.
Okay, good. So yeah, you're close. So especially from?
Especially from we, from us, like that.
Perfect. Done. You got good marks. Okay, it's half marks because you didn't know ladun, you haven't memorized. But other than that, you did well. Yes, especially from us. Ladunna, especially. So ladun means especially from. Okay, it's a weird word because it has other things. And anyway, but for this stage, it's fine. All good. So it's in the chart, and in the chart it says ladun means especially, and ladunna. Okay, and here another things for other people, other brothers and sisters. Look at this. This noon has a shadda. So sometimes it is not very clear that, because that's what I told before. In English we have the words separated by a space. That's how we learned. Okay, but in Arabic it's not separated. Sometimes they get attached. Sometimes they get attached so much. Just shadda is there. Okay, so you can say, okay, ladun is one noon, but there's another noon here with a shadda, ladunna, and there's the alif is also there. So it's the nahnu. Nahnu was we, and as brother Hassan said, nahnu becomes na. So that is the attached version of we. So ladunna, and then especially from us. So in question 1, in question 2, both of them we can see attached version of pronoun is getting attached. Okay, because they're attached. So that's why we cannot say ladun nahnu. We cannot say that because it doesn't make sense. Okay, because ladun is a special mudaf, so it has to have the next thing jar, and the jar means the attached version, because independent pronoun cannot be jar or nasab or jar. They are always rafa. Remember the 4 properties of independent pronoun. So even if you want to say warai warai antum, doesn't make sense. It's a wrong grammar. Okay, if you say ladun nahnu, that's wrong. You have to say waraikum or ladunna. Anything that is special and attached, that has to be done. So, and if you know the meaning, then you know the meaning. Okay, and by the way, again, just like any exercise, all of these are from the Quran. All of these words, the fragments are from the Quran. Okay. Okay, so brother Hassan, thank you very much. Brother Mahbub, your name is next. So if you can unmute yourself, brother Mahbub. So this one, khalfihum, khalfihum, or khalfihim, sorry, yeah.
I can say him is a pronoun.
Mhm,
Who, huma, him, whom is the.
What is yeah, khalf means what?
Sorry, brother, I couldn't memorize either.
Okay, khalf means after. Okay, after. Okay.
After them.
Yeah, that's fine. You can say that. Okay. After them, yeah, that's fine. So this is fine. Yeah, half means after. Okay, someone behind, actually, someone behind, left behind is actually half means. Okay, so half means after. Okay, so yeah, you're right. So halfi him, and it's become him is the attached pronoun of whom, so it is halfi him is after him. Okay, and this is the same word. The khalifa, the word that we say khalifa, is the khalifa is someone has been left behind. Okay, meaning left behind, in charge. You can say that way. Okay, like when Allah said that I have made Adam a khalifa for the world. Okay, khalifa for this world. Okay, meaning khalifa is not only the political position. Khalifa, that's also the same thing, but khalf means is someone who's in charge, left behind. Okay, so someone is the left behind. Okay, that's fine. Thank you, brother Mahbub. It's good, but please, brothers and sisters, you have to memorize this. Okay, I'm telling you the meaning now, but you please have to memorize. Okay, and it shouldn't take that long. If you just give half an hour or 1 hour, it should be fine. Okay. Ba'dukum. Ba'dukum. Who's after this? Brother Main, you're next. Ba'dukum.
Ba'dukum, brother, all of you is the
Yeah.
meaning, I think, attached version.
Yeah.
And when you say all of you, I think it is.
Okay.
But it is.
Do you know the meaning of Badu? Have you memorized the meaning of Badu? No, right?
I did not mean it's after. Ba'ada means after.
No. That is ba with a dal. That means after. Okay. Ba with a dod. It is from the other chart. You know that we have a special chart, the 5 words. Okay. This word is from that chart. Okay. This one means sum of. Okay. This one means sum of. Okay. Now, whom is all of you, which is fine. So if I say sum of all of you, okay, just like this, doesn't make that much of sense. Okay. So actually this means some of you. Okay. So some of you is fine. Okay. Or you can also say some of you all. If you put the all at the end, that makes more sense. Okay. So ba'dukum means some of. Okay. And the one that you said, that's in the other chart. There's ba'da with the dal, alibata sa jim ha kha, dal, that dal, that means after. This means some of. Okay.
But
Some of.
brother, kum means all of you?
Yes, kum means all of it comes from antum. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, good. Thank you. Let's talk to thank you, Brother Main. Brother Rubayat, your name is next.
Okay. Next one is between us.
Between us. See, Brother Rubayat knows very well. So baina means between. and na is nahnu, between us. So we had already dealt with na, ladunna. So just like that, this is bainana, and bainana means between us. Okay, bainana means between us. Okay, there is another word called bayena. Okay, that's a different word that has a shadda over the ya. Okay, so don't confuse. This is just baina. Okay, baina, between us. Okay, so baina is another special mudaf, and na, attached pronoun na from the nahnu. So bainana is between us. Okay, between us. Okay, thank you, Brother Rubaid. Let's see who's next. Brother Saiful is next on my list. So Brother Saiful Chaudhary, please, if you can.
Yes.
Ayyuhum.
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum assalam, brother.
Ayyuhum. So whom is they?
Yeah, so yeah, they is fine. It's not
Yeah.
whom, it's which actually. So actually, if we say which, okay,
Yeah.
and then if we say, them, it doesn't make very good sense. Okay, and if you see actually, because it's working as a mudaf and mudaf ilay, because it's special mudaf ayu, because ayu is light. Ayu is also from the other chart, the one that has 5 words only. Okay, special chart.
Yes, I forgot the name.
Yeah,
Meaning of that.
so which of them?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the real meaning. Okay, so you can say okay, or sometimes it could mean any of them. Both is fine. Okay, or it can mean any, because if you look at the chart, it has 2 meaning, any or which. So any of them or which of them. Okay, any of them or which of them. Now I want to show all of you another thing here. See, question number 6, as brother said, Saiful say, ayu whom, ayu whom. Okay, but we had another him, khalfi, him. So sometime whom, sometime him. Okay, it depends on the word before it. Okay, there's no rule for it. Okay, there's no like established rule for it. So don't get confused. That's why in the pronoun chart, when you learn the pronoun chart, we said it could be whom or him. That's what we said. Okay, that sometimes we say whoa is who or he. So it depends. Okay, so that's why easily you can say this is also them, khalfi, him, them. Ayu whom is also them. So just to show you the difference, him and whom, I mean, the sound is different, whom and him, but the meaning is same. They're both attached. Okay, sometimes it's him, sometimes it's whom. Okay, and you will learn it when, but it's not necessary as long as you know. That's why in the chart, in the pronoun chart, we say it could be whom, it could be him, it could be huma or hima. So it depends. Okay, so yeah, brother Saiful is good. Ayu whom is which of you, any of you. Okay, okay. This one, now we have done few of these, right? 6 of them, and we already know few of the words. So next one, let's see who's next. Let's see. Brother Shiraz is next. Brother Shiraz will answer number 7 for us. Bainal ukhtaini. And I'm not going to help Brother Shiraz.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam, Brother Shiraz. You already missed last week because you were busy to work, right?
I was sleeping in part.
Okay, Brother Shiraz, help us here.
Between the two sisters, is that right?
Yes, very good. Between the two sisters. Okay. Now, is it clear for everyone? So obviously, baina means between. Okay. Al ukhtaini. Okay. Obviously, if you look at the word, okay, so da comes from al. So that's one thing. Ukhtaini. Ukhtaini is aini. It's from the chart. Okay, and it's a tiny. And tiny is our Muslim feminine chart. Okay, Muslima tiny. Okay, so that's why Brother Sridhar says between the two sisters. Okay, if someone say between the sisters, not correct. You have to mention two, because in Arabic we have a dual, and this is tiny is dual. Tani and tiny here it is jar, because it is after, it's a mudaf ilay here. Okay, mudaf ilay, so it has to be jar. So tiny could be nasab or jar, but here it is jar. So bainal ukhtaini, between the two sisters. Between the two sisters. Thank you, Brother Shiraz. Excellent answer. Okay. Now, Brother Yudi. Brother Yudi. Is it right, brother? This is the right way to say your name? Yudi?
Yes, correct. Alhamdulillah.
Okay.
Assalamualaikum, brother. Yeah.
Walaikum assalam, brother. How are you? Good?
Alhamdulillah.
Good. Okay. Easy one for you. Indica. Indica.
Indica. With you or by you?
Yes, very good, brother. With you. Okay. Or it could be by you also. Okay. By you. Yeah. So in the means with or by or at. So here with you, by you, both are correct. So indica. Ka comes from anta. Okay, so as long as you know the charts, just few words, so many things you can translate, alhamdulillah. Okay, and you know the relationship between these two words. Okay, indika, with you, there is special mudaf and mudaf ilayh. Okay, very good. Thank you, brother Yudi. Next person is our little sister Zaina. Zaina, you want to try this? Faukaha. Faukaha.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Would it be above her?
Yes, very good. Above her. Very good. Okay, so very good answer, Zaina. So fauka ha comes from, where does ha come from? Zaina, can you help us, please?
The attached
Attached
singular female.
female. What is the independent version? This is the attached. What is the independent version? Do you remember? What is she?
Here.
Here, very good, very good. Yes, so fauka ha. So here it becomes ha. So fauka means above. So above her, above her. It could be depending on the context, because it's feminine. It could be like this, above it as well. Okay, because why? Okay, and everybody be careful on this one. I mean, listen to this, because it depending on the context, because it's not, we are taking single fragments from the ayah, because there will be other things in the ayah, right? Before it, after it, right? So because we know non-human plurals, non-human broken plurals are considered what? F1, she, and singular, right? So it could be that also. So for example, if Allah is talking about the mountains, okay, so suppose Allah is talking about the mountains, okay, so just imagine the ayah is like, okay, so there are a lot of mountains, and above the mountains, or above them, I will show you a sign, okay, something like this. So you have to say faukaha. Also in English it says above them, but the plural of mountains is a broken plural, jibalu, and the jabal, okay, it's the plural. So jabal is jibal, okay, so it's not a broken plural, it's like una, ina, and mountains are non-human, so it is like that. Okay, so it could be at that time. How do you can explain? You can say above it, you can also say above them in English, but it is singular here because it's pointing to a non-human broken plural. So both answer is right, above her and above them. And this part, above them or above it, okay, it depends on the context. Okay, if you see that is Allah is talking about a person who is a she, okay, then it's above her, as Jaina answered, no problem. Okay, but if you think that it is Allah is talking about something non-human broken plural, okay, then it is the you translate it a different way. You don't say above her at that time, right? You don't say mountains is not a her, you say above them or above it. Okay, whatever way it is good to translate. Okay, so yeah, very good answer, Zaina. Thank you very much. Okay, number 10, we have to go back above again. So I think everybody done that. So let's see, brother, where is brother Sarwar again? Brother Sarwar, can you help us with this one? Baina huma. So baina means between. You already had an example with baina. So baina huma means, brother Sarwar, if you could unmute yourself, please. Yeah.
Yes.
So baina means between. So baina huma.
Huma is attached. Attached is masculine, but both of them.
Yeah, that's it. Between both of them.
Yeah,
done.
between.
Yeah, the both is important here because huma is the dual version, right? So that's why you said both. So that is the correct translation. Baina huma, between both of them. Simple as that. Okay. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Okay, let's do brother Farhad. If you can unmute yourself, brother Sarwar. Thank you. If you can mute yourself, thank you. Okay. Now, brother Farhad, if you say this one, inda ahliha. Inda means inda. We already had an example with inda. Inda means with. Okay.
With.
And the rest you should know.
Ha is here is opposite to ha. Means.
Do you remember ahal means?
Is it a special one? Huh?
No, it's not a special. It's a normal word. But we learned about this word. Have you heard the word ahl al-kitab?
Yeah, ahl al-kitab.
Yeah, so that's the word. Yeah. So ahl means family or people.
Family, okay. Follower. Okay.
So in the ahliha.
With with the family of and
almost there. Yeah, it's good so far, so good. Yeah.
is ha means she.
Yeah. So
She.
so if we write she, I mean, it's not going to make sense. So you
Yeah,
just make the English proper. Yeah. So what should I say?
family. Her family.
Yeah. Good. Very good. So with. So then we don't need da anymore, right? So
With her family.
That's it. Done. With her family. Okay. So here, tell me one more thing. How many fragments in this in the ahliha?
2.
2. Yes. One is inda and ahli. Okay. Inda is a special mudaf. Ahli is the mudaf ilay. Okay. So in the ahli. Okay. If you only had in the ahli, that would say with family. Okay. But we have another attached pronoun. Okay, so that's making another fragment in the ahliha, where ahl is the mudaf and ha is the mudaf ilay, because attached pronoun is always mudaf ilay when it attached with an ism, right? So in the ahliha, with her family, with her family.
All your previous examples were just mudafili with the pronoun, but here you have used.
Yes, because after 10 we start making things harder. Okay, so so yeah, so that's a little bit, 2 of them. Okay, but very good. Yeah, you did it correctly. So in the ahliha. Okay, in the ahliha. Okay, and actually, there's a good thing. See how you spend maybe 2 minutes to figure it out. Okay, but if you had memorized this from some surah, you probably didn't even think of it. So this 2 minute extra that you thought about the speech of Allah will reward you, inshallah ta'ala. Okay, that's the reason we are learning it, inshallah ta'ala. Okay, we're not learning it to memorize the Quran. Memorizing Quran, even kids can do memorizing Quran, which is good. I'm not saying, I'm not putting it in the low priority, but to think about the Quran, to ponder about the Quran, we should learn the speech of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is why when you read one page, that should take us half an hour maybe, which used to take 5 minutes. Okay, and then we think, okay, oh, this is I learned. And you spend more time with the Quran. Okay, and this is the way we should do it. Okay, so we learn only very little so far. Okay, but inshallah, the more the coming up in a few lectures, next lectures, it will make us more stronger, inshallah ta'ala. Okay, thank you, brother Mahmoud, brother Farhad. Okay, next one is brother Hassan. You want to try this, brother Muhammad Hassan? Okay, so here baina man ki bai, man ki bai ka.
Baina means between.
Okay. Man ki bi.
Man ki bi, I don't know. Ka means like you, masculine.
Okay, man ki. I'll tell you. This was also a word that we had in a chart. Okay. That was body parts that comes in pairs. Remember, we learned about body parts that comes in pair and they are feminine. Okay, so mankib means elbow. Okay, so baina manki by ka. Okay,
ka means between. Ka means you. So between two elbow. No, between.
Okay, 2 elbow is also fine. Let's write the words first, then we figure it out. Okay, so between 2 elbow, but then you said ka comes from the antum, right? So that means you, right? So how do you just organize this English words? Between 2 elbows, you. So how can we properly say it? Between, how do if we say like this way, between 2 of your.
You can use the your. All right. Yeah.
Yes.
I start with the you, so that's why.
Yes, because that's attached. So that's why you need to do, because anta means you. Okay, anta means you. But ka is the attach. So attach is sometimes, which is belong to something. Remember, it belongs. So how do you say something belongs to you? Your pen, your house, right? So between 2 of your elbows. Okay, that's fine. Thank you. Okay, let's see who's next after brother Hassan.
Can we say also between your two elbows?
Yes, yes, you can say that too. Yes, yes,
Thank
you
you.
can say that too. Yes, okay, perfect, very good. Yeah, okay. Next is Brother Mahbub. Brother Mahbub, if you can unmute yourself. See, this is a common phrase in the Quran. Okay, it came so many times. Okay, Zazauhum inda rabbihim.
Yes, brother, I got that one.
Oh, okay. Before we go to sorry, Brother Muhammad, just 1 second. So, Brother Hassan, when he answered this baina manki baika, okay. Now again here, just like the 11, there are two fragments here. Okay, so first one is baina and manki bai. Okay, now manki bai is with a yeah. See this yeah, manki bai. This is both. That's why we say two. If you don't say, you just say between your elbows. That's not right. You have to say two because this is man ki bai. This is the light version of man ki bai ni. So man ki bai. So it's the light version of man ki. So this is the dual. So okay, just like we had ukhtaini before. Ukhtaini was heavy here. Okay, ukhtaini. Okay, but this is the light. Okay, man ki. That's why this EI is working here. Because man ki bai. So forget about the ka for the time being. What you have. So man ki bai. So at that time it will be between two elbows. Two must be mentioned or both must be mentioned. Okay, otherwise you don't get the full mark. Okay, because because this is dual. Okay, this is dual man ki bai, the light version. Okay, that's why look at this, the chart that we learned in lesson 1 or 2, it's coming up handy now, right? So because we know this man ki bai is the dual version, which is man ki bai ni, like ukhtaini, muslimaini. Okay, noon got out because light. And why is light? Okay, because it has to be light, because it's the man ki bai working as two agent, double agent. It's working as a mudaf ilay for baina, and it's a mudaf itself for ka, right? Because the middle word, right? So it has to be light and no alif lam. So there's no alif lam obviously, and it has to be light. We can't say baina man ki bainika. No, it cannot say that. Okay, it has to be light because it is working as a mudaf, and also it's a mudaf ilay for baina. So just to notice these small things, because when you read them later on, you understand completely. Okay, so bainika is that one. Okay, thanks. Okay, Brother Mahbub, we come back to you. So jazauhum inda rabbihim. Jaza means reward. I already said that here. Jazauhum inda rabbihim.
We have whom and him, both means they, different form. Jaja'uhum means reward for them. In that we learned a little bit.
Where do you get for them? What is the word for for? We don't say for here.
Jaza'u, I assume that would be jaza.
No, don't assume. Just say jazauhum. Forget there's no for. So if I want to no, what do they say that when you said reward for them? I said forget about for. So how do you say then? Jazauhum.
Reward them?
No, reward them is a command. You're telling someone to reward them. What is the relationship between jazauhum? What fragment is that?
Jazauhum mudaf ilay.
Mudaf ilay means what? A relationship of ownership of. Okay, so what is the better way to say that? Jazauhum.
Reward of?
Yeah, reward of them. Okay, that's fine. And what is another better way to say it in English?
Their reward.
Their reward, yes.
Okay.
Their reward. Okay, so this is jazauhum. Okay. Now inda rabbihim.
Inda rabbihim. Inda, I think it would be by. You said it.
With. In this case is with. Okay, just for with. Okay.
Rabbihim at their Lord.
Okay, very good. Yes, their reward is with their Lord. Here we can put a is, okay, but we'll talk about it later because it's better sounded. Okay, so their reward is with their Lord. Okay, and here how many fragments we can see? One fragment here, jazauhum. Inda and Rabbi is the second one, and Rabbi in him is so there are three fragments here. Three mudaf ilay here. Okay, three mudaf ilay. Okay, thank you, Brother Mahbub, for trying that.
Also, would you explain whom and him, the difference?
There's no difference. Okay, there's no difference. Okay. It depends on the word that comes before it. So sometimes it's whom, sometimes it's him. Okay, but it's the same attached pronoun they. Okay, there's no difference. Okay, it's just a way Arabs say this is how it sounds better. So they think with jaza'u, we'll say whom, okay, this is the word before is a u sound, and Rabbi whom doesn't make sense, so they say Rabbi him. Sometimes they decided this is how it sounds better. Sometimes there are words they fuse together, so there will be two letter you can say, but they say it only one letter because that's how it sounds better. Okay, so there's no rule for that. That's why we said in the pronoun chart, whom and him both are the attached version for whom. Okay, both are okay. Okay, next one for brother Rubayat. This one has a spelling mistake. It's not, it's not a dot. This is a fatha. Yeah. Sorry, say it, brother, again.
Oh, with Musa's stick or with the stick of Musa?
With the stick of Musa. Okay. Now, all other brothers and sisters, do you understand? So, ma'a means with. This is a special mudaf. Okay. Ma'a means with. This is asa. It's not a doll. It's a spelling mistake. It's a typing mistake. It's asa. Asa means a staff or stick. And asa, we actually learned about this word when Arab said so. Okay. This is a feminine word. Okay. So, with the stick of Musa. Okay. And Musa here is a non-flexible. So, it's not Rafa, Nasab, or Jar. It could be any of these because it comes after Asa, and Asa is light and no alif lam. And if it can be Jar, then it is Jar. So with the stick of Musa. And again, here there are two fragments. Ma'a and Asa is one fragment, one idafa, and Asa and Musa is another fragment. Okay, so with the stick of Musa. Thank you, Brother Robert. Okay. Okay, the last one today. Hawla Nurihi. Let's see who is after Brother Ruben. Brother Saiful, you're back again.
So Hawla is around or surrounding. That was
yes, you're right. Around, yes, or surrounding.
Yeah.
So let's do around. Yeah.
Yeah. And Nurihi, so should be his. Is his light around surrounded by his light or?
Yeah. Let's say around his light. That should be fine. Around his light. Simple is that, okay? Now this he could be pointing to something non-human thing. So in that case, it will be around its light. Okay. Around its light. Okay. So Nurihi, it could be both. Okay, depending on what is it talking about, because it is if it's a Quran, like the around the light of the Quran, and instead of the Quran is a masculine word, so he is fine. So hawla, Nurihi was around its light is also fine, or his light if it is a human being. Okay, depending on the context. Okay, so it could be his or it could be its. Okay, so yeah, so these are the 15 that we do. I hope this is all beneficial. But as I said, most of you haven't memorized the thing, so you have to memorize those special mudaf. Okay, because now I told you the meaning. In the exam I'm not going to tell the meaning, so you have to write it inshallah. And the exams are always closed book, so yeah, don't look at the books. Okay, don't look at the notes. Okay, so yeah, so that's what ends our exercise. Let's see, we have a few more times, and I'm going to start introducing our next fragment today. Okay, and then inshallah ta'ala we'll finish our session for today. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing this. Any questions? I think it's all good. We've explained a lot, and thank you, brothers, for answering that and helping us. So no problem. Let's go back to our slides. Okay, so we're going to talk about our fragment number 2 today. Okay, so let's see if we can everybody mute. Yeah, okay. Fragment number 2. So we have learned fragment number 1, which is a idafa, and in idafa we have a subtopic, okay, which is special mudaf. Okay, and we did the exercise, alhamdulillah. This one is another one, fragment 2, harf of jar. Harf of jar. Okay, this is the first time. Okay, not first time, like second time we're going to talk about more about harf now. Okay, so as I said, the harf is coming soon, so this is the time we're going to learn some of the harf. These harfs are responsible for the next word to be jar. Okay, so it makes the next word that comes after this harf as a jar. So that's why they are called harf of jar. They're called harf of jar. Okay, so harf, again, if you forget, harf are the words that doesn't make sense by themselves until there's a word after that, which is very similar to preposition in English. Similar, not exactly the same, similar to preposition. Okay, so there's a bunch of harfs. Okay, we are learning them today, and inshallah next week we have learned some other harfs. Okay, other set of harfs. Okay, so this harf of jars will make the next word jar. So that's why I call the harf of jar. Okay, in mudaf ilay, when we talked about the mudaf and mudaf ilay, as I said, 99.99% time they are come side by side. There's nothing between mudaf and mudaf ilay. Okay, in most cases, 99% time. Okay, 99% time. Okay, there are some exceptions, and we're gonna look at them later. Okay, same with the harf of jar. They are always harf, and the next word is just after that, and harf. These harfs makes the next word a jar. Okay, it makes, so as soon as you see this word and this harf has their own meaning, so that it translates in that way. Okay, so that's why they are called harf of jar. Okay, so let's look at the slides here. So what is harf? We talked about that. There are different kinds of harf. This lesson will learn about 11 harf. Okay, so these 11 harf are harf of jar. There are few other harf of jar. They're outside of the Quran, so we're not going to talk about them now. Okay, so we just confine ourselves in learning the Arabic of the Quran. Okay, so this lesson will learn about 11 harf. Harf has no properties unlike ism. Okay, like ism. So ism has 4 properties, but harf has no properties. Harfs are just a word. Okay, it's a word that doesn't make sense by itself. Okay, these harfs makes the word right after it. Right after it is jar. Okay, when they do this, we call them jar. Okay, the word getting jarred is called majroor. Together we call it jar majroor. Okay, so together the harf and the word, we call it jar and majroor. Okay, and so as I said, we'll talk about 11 harf. So again, this 11 harf has to be memorized. Okay, they are b or ba or b. Okay, ta, ka. Okay, now this ka, I know a lot of will have question about that. We'll talk about it. La, wa, min, fi, an, ala, hatta, ila. Okay, so bata, ka, la, wa, min, fi, al, ala, hatta, ila. These 11 harfs are the harf of jar. Any word, any ism, okay, any word that comes, and harf of jar, they only play along with ism. Okay, they don't play along with fail. Okay, so obviously you don't know what is fail now. Okay, for most of you, right? So that's fine. So this is, we all still talking about ism. So after each of these harf, if there's a ism comes, that ism has to be in jar status. Okay, the ism has to be in jar status, and each of them has a meaning. Each of them has a meaning, and we're going to look at the meaning. Just like special mudaf has meaning, okay, they also have meaning. This is very similar to special mudaf. Special mudaf also makes things jar after that, because mudaf and mudaf ilay. But these ones have their own meaning, and by itself doesn't make sense. Okay, that's why they are harf. Okay, and if you can see them, the way they are spelled is like only one single word, only 2 or 3 letters. Okay, so they are harf. Okay, so bataka, la, wa, min, fi, an, ala, hatta, ila. Okay, now, so these are the meaning for that. Ba or bi means with. Okay, that's why we say bismillah. This is one, the bismillah. So b is it's a harf. Okay, bismi, with the name of Allah. Bismillahi. Okay, bismillah, b means with. Okay, so this is one harf. Two, ta means I swear by. Okay, and ta is a special I swear by. Okay, ta only used with Allah. Okay, anyway, we as a the slave of Allah, we can only swear by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We're not supposed to swear by anything else. We cannot say, I swear by the sun. Okay, I took an oath by the moon. We are not allowed to do so, right? So we also say tallahi is the only way it used. Okay, tallahi means I swear by Allah. Okay, tallahi. Okay, so the next word is always Allahi. So number 2 is very easy to remember. This only comes with the word Allah. So tallahi means I swear by, and it is used in the Quran also as well, especially in Surah Al-Yusuf. If you read Surah Al-Yusuf, if you memorize, anyway, memorize or read whatever, so you will find this tallahi word there also, and some other places as well. Okay, this ka is like. Okay, now we had another ka you just did, right? Bainaka, all these things. Ka means anta, right? Those ones are attached pronoun. This ka comes before. This ka comes before. Harfs come before the ism. Okay, that ka is a attached pronoun. Okay, so it will see that the word is starting with a ka. Okay, so and then it will be easy to understand. Okay, so it's not a confusion. That ka that we learn, the attached pronoun, it comes after the word. It's attached. this ka comes before the of, before the word. Okay, and we'll see some example of that. Okay, la or li means for. So la could be, there are different types of lam in Arabic. Okay, in fact, there are 7 types of lam in Arabic. Okay, 7 types. Okay, we're gonna talk about few types, in this lesson, and then we have some few more coming up in future lesson. Okay, la or li. Okay, it could be sometime la, sometime li. It means for. Okay, usually it is la when it attached with a pronoun. Okay, usually, and when it is another thing, another ism, then it's li. Okay, like alhamdu lillahi, lillahi, li and Allahi, lillahi. Okay, alhamdulillahi, all praise for Allah. So la and li means for. La and li is for. Okay, so this is li, or sometimes it could be la. When it is la, when it is attached with a pronoun. Okay, and the slides all have these 2 things, so you will remember. You don't have to remember. I have all written this thing. So next slide you can see all these things. Okay, wa is I swear by.
Brother, sorry to interrupt. La and li, the meaning should be different for
No,
li and la.
No, same meaning. La and li is for. Okay, but there are other kind of li also. When you're gonna talk about fail, okay, those li has different kind of meaning. Okay, but for now, yeah, la and li means I swear by. Okay, sorry, for. And wa, as you can see, number 5, wa, I swear by. Okay, again, Allah swear by wa shamsi wal qamari. Okay, so wa also means to taking an oath. Okay, and like our Arab brothers say wallahi all the time. Wallahi. Okay, wallahi means I swear by Allah. Okay, and any surah that was the juz amma, you can see wal asr. Okay, so this is wa. This is the wa. That's why wa is also mean and. Okay, that's a different type of harf. That's not a harf of jar, and we're gonna talk about that wa in a different way. So this wa, when you see this word, and especially as I said in Juz Amma, you see a lot of surah starting with the on the wa, right? Wal asr is one of them. Wal shamsi, wal layli, wal qamari. Okay, so many word like this. Okay, so here you can see the wa. The next word should be a jar, because this is harf of jar. Okay, and this means I swear by. There's another wa, as I said, that wa means and, and we're gonna talk about it later. Okay, that's not a harf of jar. That's a different type of harf. Okay, min means from. Min means from. Fi means in. Okay, an means about. An means about, and this is with ein. So don't say an. This is an. Okay, and because sometimes where it is not necessary, people say an. When it's necessary, they don't say an. So the meaning is different, because there's another an. Alif and nun. Okay, that's normal an. This is an. Okay, with a ein. So an means about. Ala is one and upon. That's what we use all the time. Assalamu alaikum. Okay, alaikum. So this is the ala. Hatta is until. Okay, and ila is to. Ila means to. Okay, so these are the 11 harfs in harf jar, and we're gonna see some example. The descriptions, as I said, all are here. I will obviously send these slides to you today, so you read through this one. Okay, for example, every one of them has some examples here. So example, Bismillahi, Tallahi, I swear by Allah. Note this harf jar is only used with the word Allah, as I mentioned. Ka, ka waladin. Okay, like a boy. Ka means what? See, the ka come before, not at the after the ism. Okay, so before the ism. Ka waladi, like a boy. Okay, li. There are 2 options for this particular harf jar. It can be either la or li. Okay, whenever la is used with a pronoun, it will have a fatha. Okay, like lahu. Okay, lahu ma fis samawati wal ard. Lahu means for him. Okay, for him. Again, the attached pronoun. So now, as you see, we saw the pronoun getting attached with an ism, right? We had kitabuka, we have, we saw so many, man kaibaka, okay? All this we saw with the attached pronoun, right? Now we are seeing the pronoun is also getting attached with an harf. La is a harf, so lahu is for him. Okay, so who is come from the huwa, right? It's again the same thing, so for him. Okay, when la is attached with another ism, it will have a kasra. For example, li, li rasulillahi, for the messenger of Allah, li rasulillahi. Okay, li rasulillahi. Wa is I swear by. Example, wal asri, I swear by time. Okay, min is sometime is minkum, from all of you. Okay, after the Eid, what do you say? Okay, taqabbalallahu minna wa minkum, from us and from all of you. So min means from, minkum. Okay, sometime when connecting min to something else, the noon takes a fatha, making it mina, like minallahi, minas samawati. So what are they saying here? That min is a sukun at the end, right? But sometimes you put a fatha to make it sound good. It's not a different word, okay? Don't get it confused. As I said before, to make something sound good, they use sometimes harakas and other things, okay? So minas samai. So this mina, it was not mina, it was min actually, but to make it sound good, they put minas samai, okay? Or minallahi, from Allah, okay, from the skies, okay? So minas samai, okay? Fi means in, fi suduri, in the chest. We say fi suduri. A lot of time fi has been used, okay? Zalikal kitabu la raiba fihi. So in him or in it, okay? Fihi means in it, okay? An means about, okay? An zikri rabbi, about the remember of my Lord. When connecting an to something else, nun take kasra, making it ani. So something like min takes fatha, mina, and an sometimes takes ani. So anis sabili, about the path, anis sabili, okay, and about the path. Okay, so sometimes this ni, the sukun get a haraka on that. Okay. Ala is upon, on and upon. Example is ala ala jabalin, upon the mountains. Okay. Sometimes this is pronounced as alay, so they add an extra year when it connected with a pronoun. Otherwise, it's typically the pronounced as ala. So example, assalamu alaikum. So when you say, we don't say assalamu alaikum, okay, because when they attach with a pronoun to sound it nice, they add an extra ear. So assalamu alaikum, alay, there's a ear here, but it's the same meaning. So peace be upon all of you. Okay, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, alayhi. Okay, we say sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Okay, so peace be upon him, right? Hatta is until, hatta matla il fajri, until the rise of the dawn. We say hatta is also until. Okay, and ila could be sometime ilay. Okay, ilay, will say ila yaumil, qiyamati, to the day of judgment, to or towards. Okay, sometimes this is pronounced as ilay when it is connected with a pronoun, just like ala, alay, and ilay. And we say inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi rajuin, right? So inna lillahi, inna ilayhi rajiun. Okay, so inna ilay means towards Allah. We came from Allah and we belong to him, we go towards him. Okay, so inna ilay. So sometimes ila is ila is ilay. So these are the 11 harf of jar. You need to read about them and know the meaning. And as I said, sometimes they have extra ya or extra fatha, extra kasra. Okay, that doesn't matter, as long as you know the meaning, you should be able to do that. Okay, so these are all the information here. And inshallah, there's nothing more to learn here except for that you memorize them and you remember their harf of jar. Their harf of jar. So they make the next word a jar. What is the next word? Next word could be a normal ism, or next word could be a pronoun, because pronouns are also, as I said before, pronoun gets attached with ism, pronoun get attached with a harf, and this is the way the pronoun get attached with a harf. Okay, and inshallah more coming about her next week. Also we're going to talk about harf of nasab. Okay, so we are talking about harf of jar today. There's a bunch of harf that makes the next word nasab, so we're going to talk about harf of nasab, inshallah ta'ala. So obviously I'm going to send this video and the PDF, and as I mentioned, brothers, please learn those words. Okay, the special mudaf, the body parts in pair. If you just keep them piling up, the course will finish and you will still in the same position. Okay, because you haven't learned those words, you haven't memorized. So some of the words, some of these pronouns you have to memorize, like any other language. Okay, otherwise how are you going to know the meaning? Okay, so this is the only way. So rulings are coming as we go through, but it is also important that you know this word. So that's why we're grouping them together. So this group is special mudaf. This group, the Arab said, so they're feminine. These groups are body parts. These groups are our harf of jar. Okay, so you have to memorize those to go forward, inshallah ta'ala. So with this I finish the session today. Jazakallahu khairan. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik ashhadu an la ilaha anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. I'll pause the recording now